With the release of iOS 15 last year, Apple allowed users to stay on iOS 14 and receive updates, the first time the company has explicitly offered a pathway for users to continue using a previous major version of iOS after the release of a new one. So, now that iOS 16 has been released, should you update to the latest OS right away or stick with iOS 15? In previous years, the main reason users needed to update their iPhone to a major new OS release was to continue getting important security updates. Apple would release security updates to older devices that could not upgrade to the latest version, but if your device was compatible with the new operating system, you needed to upgrade. Third-party restrictions. If you're unable to update your device due to restrictions from the likes of your school or the company you work for, you may have no choice but to stay on iOS 15. This is a particularly common occurrence on corporate devices that are centrally managed with restrictions on what apps are allowed to run and what updates can be installed. Sometimes, companies with apps, accessories, or services for internal use may take longer to update them, meaning that they prefer to limit immediate updates to the latest OS. Or IT departments responsible for managing such devices may simply prefer to wait until the latest OS is more stable for corporate use where reliability is particularly important. App and accessory support. Developers and third-party accessory makers have been able to update their apps and products to support iOS 16 since June when iOS 16 began its beta testing period. But not all apps and accessories have been updated yet. This is less common among mainstream apps, but it is an important consideration. Some banking apps are notoriously slow to update to the latest version of iOS, for example, but any app may be slow to receive an update for various reasons. The same applies for iPhone accessories such as Bluetooth camera gimbals or external storage devices that use an app, which could also be affected if they have not been updated for iOS 16. If you're concerned about a particular app continuing to work correctly in iOS 16, you should check if the app has been updated for the new OS yet on the App Store. You may also wish to search online to see if any major bugs have been reported. Bugs? iOS 15 has benefited from a whole year's worth of gradual bug fixes, meaning that it is likely to be much more stable and reliable than iOS 16, which has only just been released. No considerable, debilitating bugs have been reported with iOS 16 yet. But it is not uncommon to see minor bugs intermittently throughout the system in the first versions of a major new. Although iOS 16 does not appear to have any crippling bugs, users who prioritize stability may prefer to stay using iOS 15 until a few more versions of iOS 16 have been released. Giving the OS, iOS 15 will not be supported and updated with new fixes forever. But waiting a little longer before switching to iOS 15 may give Apple more time to address bugs and refine features. This process is already underway thanks to beta testing. Delayed features. There are usually multiple features that Apple is not able to finish before the first official release of a major new version of iOS. And this year looks to be no different, with a total of 9 iOS 16 features now confirmed to not be present in the first public version of the new OS. Last year, Share Play, Digital ID in the Wallet app, and Universal Control were among a large number of features in iOS 15 and iPadOS 15 that were not available in their initial release, taking several months to trickle out to users. Apple previewed each of the following features upon announcing iOS 16 at WWDC earlier this year, but they will not be present in iOS 16 and live activities. Follow activities happening in real time like a sports match or a rideshare with just a glance at the lock screen. Third-party apps and app clips can implement support thanks to the Live Activities API. Game Center Share Play support. Games that use Game Center multiplayer support have Share Play integration. You can start playing automatically with friends on a FaceTime call. Game Center Contacts integration. Contacts shows your friends' Game Center profiles. Tap through to see what they are playing and achieving in games. Support for Matter, the new smart home connectivity standard that enables compatible accessories to work together seamlessly and across platforms. Matter allows users to choose from even more compatible smart home accessories and control them with the Home app and Siri on Apple devices. Updated architecture for the Home app. Enhancements to the underlying architecture of the Home app to enable faster, more reliable performance and improved efficiency, especially for homes with lots of accessories and multiple controller devices. Freeform app, a new digital whiteboard app with a flexible canvas for diagramming projects, aggregating important assets, and brainstorming, with real-time collaboration features and rich multimedia support. iCloud Shared Photo Library, a new option in the Photos app to allow users to create a shared photos library and invite anyone with an Apple ID to view, contribute to, and edit it, including favoriting images and adding captions. Key sharing, The ability to securely share keys in Apple Wallet via messaging apps and mail. Easy shortcut setup for iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and iPhone X. Siri can run shortcuts from installed apps without any setup process, could be available for newer devices immediately without delay. New features. The main reason to update to iOS 16 for most users will be to gain a host of new features, such as lock screen customization and widgets, iCloud shared photo library, task keys, shared tab groups, and enhancements to live text, visual lookup, and dictation, as well as significant updates for messages, mail, home, health, wallet, maps, and more. If you're very keen on using these new features and are not concerned about bugs, app and accessory support, or delayed features, upgrading now will likely be worth it. For a more exact breakdown of all of the new features in iOS 16, see our comprehensive roundup. Overview. iOS 16 is a significant update that introduces a large number of new features and improvements that most iPhone users are sure to appreciate. Getting all of these new features is the main reason to update to iOS 16, and many users are already enjoying the update following its release. We are almost wrapping up. These are the common differences between these two. Hope you like this video. Please comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos.